What's up? Welcome back to the LuxAlgo live stream. My name is Jacob, live on Instagram and YouTube. Haircut gang, baby. Haircut gang. I told you I had a haircut today, and guess what? We got a haircut. All right. Now that's all said and done. I literally just got it this morning. Looking fresh. Man, Bitcoin still stuck, right? Still stuck in that little, square rectangle that we made yesterday, right? Which hair did you cut? All right. Okay. Good one. I'm going to just leave that comment to brew just a little bit. But, guys, as you can see, if you are on the YouTube live stream, top of the board right now, this is our current leaderboard on who is the #1 viewer, right? Top 10 this Friday will get entered to win a separate giveaway. Obviously, you have a way better chance when there's only 10 of you in the giveaway versus just being 400 plus. Right now, here's your top 10 with the point calculations. If you want to know how many points you have in the chat, just type in !points and you will see how many points you have. Now, you get a chance to up your points every single day depending on what you think Bitcoin's going to be at the end of the stream. Okay, so we'll see how that goes today. Now, you don't get negative points. Don't worry about that. You do get positive points, though. So we'll kind of see how that ends up in the stream. Remember, if you want to accumulate more points, you do have to chat more. You have to view longer. And they can go, Mr. Prince Zambia, you haven't necessarily hung out or chatted very much, so you have 0 points. But there you go. New point system. Look at Mickey. Chat more. Yes. So it entices you to chat more to get more points and to be entered into a separate giveaway. This Friday, we're giving away $300. $100 to 3 people, right? You know what? Let's get this music down here. I want to get into our better music that we have. But yes, $100 to 3 different people. So you do have to be a part of the YouTube live stream in order to get a chance to win on that. You have to enter via the live stream. Now, people that are in the top 10 rankings will get a separate opportunity to win a little bit as well. So make sure that you are tuning in. And to start us off right now, Bitcoin price. We're going to say it's at 43,220. I'm going to give you guys roughly 5 minutes to reply to this. One second. 4, 3, 2. Let's just, or no, just popped up to 37. We're going to go to 30 now. No, we'll do 37. There you go. By the end. So I'm going to start a Q&A here on YouTube. Real quick, if you want to have a chance to add 100 points to your profile, answer more or less to this Q&A. Do you think it'll be more or less than 43,237? Okay, by the end of this stream. If you are correct, you'll get 100 points added to your profile, and you might have a chance to be in that top 10 viewer. So make sure you reply to that. You'll see it pop up on the YouTube chat if you're in it. Just a little bit though, you have to reply to the Q&A. Do not put it in the chat. Click the Q&A up there and reply to that. Do not put it in the normal chat, okay? We're gonna get rid of that spam as well. Eli, man, what you doing, brother? What you doing? But good to be back, my friends. Good to be back. Yes, all right. There's only 4 of you that have actually put in a submission to the Q&A. So make sure you do so. Those of you on Instagram, welcome to the stream. We have been stuck in a small range on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, we've wanted to see get through that 43,885 level. Has not broken through that level yet. We've also wanted to see if it would break down. Right now, it's looking really bullish, right? Let's see if we can get through this resistance. And then I think we do have a clear indication that we are potentially going to rally into this imbalance at the high. But right now, Bitcoin, sitting at 43,243. Remember, end of this stream, for those of you that are in the YouTube, reply to the Q&A right now if you want to be able to essentially add 100 points to your name. Starting us off, though, we need some music up in here. Man, I am literally on edge about thinking to potentially play copyright music. I don't want to, though, because that's not a good thing to do. But it stinks because it's like, man, there's just so much good music out right now, too. So I'm like, what kind of music could we listen to that's going to be copyrighted? Somebody give me some rights to some music we can listen to, please. But let's see what we got here. Go to the hip hop. Maybe we can see some good hip hop moves here, man, on our copyright free channel. It's not bad. It will go to the right of the screen, Tom said. That doesn't count, Tom. Tom already put more in there anyway. All right, I'm going to give you guys one more minute. You have one more minute to enter to get more points on your profile to essentially be entered to win a separate giveaway at the end of the week. There will only be 10 people in that giveaway, so you have a 10% chance of winning. Make sure you reply to the Q&A on YouTube. It's the best way to do it right now. Hopefully we can get a better way to do it at some point. You can maybe wager your points. We maybe add a wagering system eventually. Give you something good. Come on, dude. I click hip-hop, and it's just not even close to hip-hop. Not even close. Maybe some good music here. Come on. Let's see. Beats, R&B, maybe. That's the old school thing again. That's still bad. Royalty-free music, man. It's never the best. Sometimes it can be good, but honestly, I'm going to do... Let me just go to my saved. I'm just going to go to my liked ones. My liked ones are probably way better than all these. Yeah, this one's good. Okay. I do like this one, actually. You guys haven't really been able to hear it, so that's okay. But, yet again, not too bad. We need to go over some things that we talked about yesterday as well. I know Solana broke down just a tad bit. Definitely want to look at that. But I'm going to end the Q&A here in just a sec. So those of you that are typing this in the live chat, you're wrong. You're not putting in the right thing. Edward, Mickey does a live stream in the free Discord every morning. So you make sure you join that free Discord, and then you can have access to Mickey's live streams. So I'm going to end the Q&A now, guys. Thanks for entering your submissions, whether you think it's going to be more or less. And we'll see at the end of the stream. If I can hold up. Give me 2 seconds. Why didn't that... Hello? Save that ish. If it wants to save it. I'm trying to use the snipping tool to save this. There we go. Now we got it. If you entered twice, well, guess what? You only get one entry. Sorry, I will find you. Just like Taken, I will find you. I'm just say Tuesday. All right. All right. Okay. So, Bitcoin, once again, we said that 43,000. Let's look at that 4 hour. See what happened on that 4 hour today. We finally showed some volume, right? If we could pull up the volume indicator. Volume indicator, you can see here we've finally seen a little bit more of a peak in this case. These are the most swing points we do want to break through if we want to continue to the upside. But before we do that, I'm going to end this Q&A, and we are going to fill our wheel of analysis. You guys know the ordeal. If there's anything specific that you want analyzed, you throw it in the chat. I will take some from both YouTube and Instagram. Let's fill the wheel real fast. We're going to go over new things that we saw yesterday and kind of get into it. All right. What do you guys got for me today, my friends? What do you guys got for me today? If you say gold, I swear. You know we always do gold. Instagram should know now, too. Instagram should know now, too. Let's see here. Give me something. Give me more better music. Give me some music. That works. Let's see here. Ronin, ARB. ARB. I'm at to see. ARB. ARB looks good. We'll do that. BCH. We haven't looked at that yet this week. What we got on Instagram? US 30. The US 30. From our Insta peeps. What else we got? JBP, JPY. We did that yesterday. Tesla, we talked about yesterday. Where is Tesla today? Tesla's trying to bounce back. ARB for sure. We're going to look at that. I'll pull Euro USD. We didn't talk about that yesterday. That's a good one to look at. ICP for sure. ICP gang. ICP gang. Let me get one from Instagram. You know the deal. You know gold. Yeah, gold. We always do gold, guys. We always do gold. No reason to do that. We did, what's it called yesterday? BNB. That's a good one. Instagram said BNB. That's a great one. We haven't looked at that in a while. We got the Euro USD on there. Oil. We're going to look over oil. You guys know the majors will always look at NVIDIA. Has it moved? Has it even changed? Okay. Today it finally made a move down. Today's down 3%. The whole market. Is the market down? Yeah, the market. I guess it's kind of stable today. Dang. NVIDIA dumping though. All right. Rain coin. Is that even a thing? Solana we'll look at. Don't worry. Solana we always look at. SXP. We always look at the NASDAQ. Gold, I swear, if you guys say gold. we always look at gold. All right. Manta. We haven't done Manta. Man, this pen's getting weak now. I got to get a new pen, my friend. Solana. We will look at Solana. DYDX. What even is that? USD. Is that even a coin worth doing? Let me see here. Rain? Yeah, we're not looking at DYDX. Sorry. Not any volume. You know me and volume. We need volume on these things. CHZ. Did we look at that yesterday? XLM. I like that. We'll do XLM. Any stocks besides Tesla or NVIDIA? Something that's a little bit different. Link. Yes, Link. All right, give me one stock you guys want. We did FTM yesterday. Walmart. This man said Walmart, Intel. Let me look at Walmart or Intel. Walmart's kind of cranking. Let me look at Intel. We'll look at Intel. I like that. Intel. Is that right? Yeah. INTC. All right. Thank you guys for filling the wheel. Where's my button? Where's my wheel? There it is. Oh, wrong button. I gotta turn it off. Oh, there you go. They think they're just trolling you on gold at this point. Yeah. Wait, why did that get deleted? Streamlabs, quit deleting messages. I don't know why they deleted that one. Sorry about that. That shouldn't have been deleted. I think it's because of the emotes, but I turned that off. Anyway, yeah, they love to troll me with the whole gold thing. Gosh, freaking gold. We do gold every day. You guys know this by now. All right, guys, let's get to the charting. Let's get into this. One more time, guys, if you're on Instagram and the chart's a little weird to you, well, guess what? We have a full stream on the YouTube. All you have to do is go to LuxAlgo.com/YouTube, and we have the full charting. You don't have to look at half my screen. We want to make sure, you have a little bit better view than what you're seeing via whatever. Instagram. Okay, all right. Talking about Bitcoin. Start with Bitcoin. You guys know the ordeal. Let's start with a weekly. Let's go to the weekly. What else we got here? We got better music. All these songs are pretty good. All right. Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Remember, we've rejected that order block for the 100th time. We talked about this a billion times. But we reject the order block, right? So we're going to retest these candle close highs on the weeklies. Candle close open and high. And, closes and opens, right? You can see it several times. It opened and closed roughly at that 44K level. So that's a big level to consider, right? 44,000, I think, is pretty money if we want to get a really decent move back up to the 46, 45K mark. So we're going to see if this does want to set up this week. Ideally, I would want to hold and break over that 44K. 43,885 would be great, right? That'd be a great little breakout if that were to occur. But 44K would be awesome to close this week. That would be my major watch. Now, we did bounce off this imbalance here below 40K. 40K has shown its strong support, and now we are rallying a little bit on the lower time frame. So if we go to the daily chart, once again, we've held support overnight over 42,000. The volume isn't extremely high right now. We would need more volume to step in to consider this, a nice move. But I'm going to pull up what we talked about yesterday on the profiles, fixed profile range, and we're going to see here how it's looking. Right? It found support on that POC. So we showed this yesterday. Look where the next, the top of the value range is right at that resistance, right? Right at the resistance we had back in December, and then we finally blew through. So that's going to be your next target. 44,240 would be that target I would go for if you get a strong candle close today going into tomorrow, right? So we'll definitely see if you can get that breakout. Now, that's the biggest watch for now on Bitcoin. What I do like right now, though, is look at this. The current oscillator just broke structure, right? You have this structure break. We're breaking into bullish structure now. You have a higher low on that turning point that ended up breaking through a lower high turning point right here that happened earlier yesterday, kind of when we were streaming. So getting that turning point there, really strong structure break, which is really good on the oscillator. What I would want to see now is this thing to blow through this point, right? If that point gets broken, which is here at 6150, then I think we're looking really good for a really nice continuation. So we'll see if we can get that break on the oscillator, because then that'll pretty much drive the rest of the price through these highs, and you'll probably get a good volume move. So that's the big thing to watch right now. We still have those two levels to consider, which are sitting right here at, let me just remark these. Sorry, I shouldn't have deleted them. But remark these highs and lows here on Bitcoin. That's pretty much what we want to see, is a bigger breakout. You can see right now this downtrend, it's weird because the amount of wicks that it's came into it, I wouldn't really consider it a downtrend. You could consider it a small little wedge here, which could mean it could break either direction, but as of now it has broken up, right? Which is good. But this thing is essentially, it is ready if that volume comes in. But we'll see if we can get that breakout. That'd be the best thing to really, really look for. So from here, though, let's hop into Ethereum really quick. So bullish definitely on that 4 hour, looking for it. There you go. Here's an Ethereum breakout, which is really good. We have a break of structure. This is fantastic. We do have a break of structure that we really like on Ethereum right now. So people ask about Shiba. Did Shiba do something today? You think I look at Shiba? Absolutely not. Shiba's a joke. Shiba's done nothing. Those of you asking Shiba, I don't know what you're saying. It's gone nowhere. Why'd you even make me look at that? Oh my gosh, Shiba. Okay. BOS, right? That's the first structure thing we really like to see. We like to see structure get broken, okay? We do have a high point here at 23,774, 23, let's just say 75. It's like right there on the dot. So that 2375 mark, okay, right, with this BOS here, looking really good. Okay, so essentially there's a few things that could happen right now. We could go retest that high of 2375, roughly, right? That's where the body opened and closed, right? Those are levels that I really like to watch for, body open and close. We could essentially see that move first, which, as you can see on the oscillator, is very possible. Which is something, I'm okay with if that were to happen first. But the biggest thing is definitely looking for a retracement, right? And holding over that BOS would be ideal. If we can get a reject roughly off that high, maybe holding and then hold over the BOS to be nice. Even if we got it out of the gate, would be really nice. Give me a second. Let's go on. But there you go. The BOS super strong. Look, you have now an uptrend that's actually acting as support, right? You have an uptrend acting perfectly as support. And it has rallied into a break of structure. So in this case, there's a few things to keep an eye on. Let's take a look at the daily. We talked about this maybe being a bear flag yesterday, but this strong volume today is a great sign that this thing could potentially continue, and why we said watch this fixed volume range. And we're going to look at that right now. So here you go. We were at the bottom of the range, right? Now we're at the top of the range yet again. So if we get a big break through the top of this value range, which is above that resistance of, let's see, we said it earlier, 2375, right? Look at where that's sitting. That's perfect. The 23.75 is beautiful. It's a great level we were just talking about as well. If it can get up through that level, you have a lot less liquidity up here. So it could very much get pumped in this area. There's less trading happening in those areas. So it could get leaned over and just pushed, right? But in this case here, you do have a sell side imbalance or leftover sell orders within that area there, within the imbalance off of that sell-off candle when it broke this support, didn't find support over that BOS, had a big sell, right? So that's something to consider. That's why I'm saying for now, if we dive into that 4 hour one more time, proper structure for me is if it comes up maybe to this level and then shows a nice higher low. We need a repetitive higher low, which would form if we're talking uptrends here. Somewhere above that BOS, right? You can see it could wick that maybe, but somewhere above this level of 23.28. So that's something to really keep an eye on, is seeing if it can hold over 23.28, but also test the 23.75. If it can test that, maybe it gets that breakout, but if that occurs, if this breakout occurs, I want to see a bounce off of that high then, right? I would love to see a bounce off of this little zone here. Above that, high wick there. That's essentially what we want to see, is a break and retest of that level. So that's the next possible level to really consider a potential buying area for sure. What is he saying? How did Bitcoin still didn't break enough though? How big the Bitcoin pump will be? Well, we're waiting on the Bitcoin break. That's the whole point. Bitcoin break is potentially inevitable. We'll see what happens though. Morning Zukor. Cool name. Bitcoin, pump it up, baby. Yeah, we're wanting that breakout big time. It's good volume today. It's very possible we get the breakout. We'll see. But let's get into gold. For those of you that ask gold all the time, for those of you that ask for gold, here's your gold analysis. All right. Gold on the board. Lovely bounce. Let's talk daily. Actually, let's go weekly first. Weekly is always a start, right? We said yesterday, right? We've liked the holds a billion times over the 2K mark. That 2K mark's money. We love the 2K mark. Gold, fantastic holding up over 2K. I think I'm still bullish over 2K regardless. You do have somewhat of a pennant forming here, right? This is a weekly chart though. So you have, lower highs conflicting with higher lows at the moment, which is a good sign. It's a good sign for a breakout to occur. That 4 hour though, if we let's go start with the daily. Sorry, I was on the weekly. On the daily here, if we really look into it, let's take a look at this range it's been in. And honestly, I'm trying to think here. This broke out here. It's holding support over that. Yeah, I'm going to take the profile from this just current daily. So here you go. You bounce. You have a pretty set range here where volume is highly traded, right? A lot of trading going on between 2046 and 2010, right? So, inevitably, we want to first off hold over that previous high that it broke out when we got that break of structure, right? Price has busted through it, but then it regained it pretty quickly. You do have a bullish imbalance sitting there right here between 2035 and 1996. It has filled majority of it. But again, you can see here the amount of buying pressure that came off of that imbalance there, right? Also off of a previous high. So everything lined up perfectly actually for that bounce to happen. So long as price continues to hold over this or within or above, that 2035 level, I think it's you're really good for a better setup to the upside break. So long as that holds, right? But for me, me, I like to watch my structure play out accordingly. So I'm not going to trade anything that's in chop like this. Anything that's in chop like this, I don't like trading, right? I got to move this over for our Instagram folks. Remember, if you're on Instagram and the chart gets weird sometimes, we have the full chart on the YouTube. So go to the YouTube. But higher lows still being formed. So higher lows equals, more bullish kind of play, right? In this case there, look at the break and retest so far on this little minor daily downtrend, very small. I would for now want to see this probably today close over 240. Ideally today, if we could close over 2042, that'd be awesome. But still a high low forming on those lows, which is good. So for now, definitely bullish on this move. Now for me personally, if I were to actually trade this and I wasn't in a trade, right, I would want to break out of this area right here. So we would be retesting those highs. But if we get a break out of this area, good volume, I'm going to be taking entries off of retest, right? So that's the biggest part for me is that retest. If you look at this previous pullback here on this high low here, you can see this thing's been trading around the golden pocket for days, right? Especially on that first pump with the retest of that high when we had that big spike for some crazy reason above 2100. Now, if we were to actually break this range, this is the play I personally would be waiting for. I'm not going to be trading it down here. I'd be waiting for this setup here, get a higher low, nice set there, take your risk reward for a pretty clean, nice aggressive breakout. That's what I would watch. But for now, definitely bullish leaning on the daily chart. Let's look at that 4 hour one more time. And here's that 4 hour. Look, rejecting that same high. You know, on this current level we're at, remember, we talked yesterday, we would be bearish going into this lower order block, this lower level. You can see now I had a massive little candle there. You could technically consider that an engulfing candle in a way. It's fully absorbed the previous body close on the 4 hour. And now you got a higher low forming. So coming up to retest, you know, that 2040 part is an interesting spot. You got some resistance sitting there from before. You also have a sell imbalance here that came to the downside. So that did get treated as resistance, but price can inevitably, if we were to pull up our volume profile yet again, we'll see here when it entered this range here. We had a rally, came off here. I would say we could talk about it right here. And there you go. So this is roughly when this range was in it, right? With this range, as you can see here, it came down. It's bounced off the bottom of this range several times. Look at it happen again. It bounced off the bottom of the range. This is why whenever I'm trading something, if price is within this range, right? If it's within this range, then it's more than likely I'm not going to trade it. I don't trade ranges. That's just not me. If you trade ranges, then this is something that you definitely need to be using to trade ranges, especially on something like gold. Gold, obviously, it does tend to range off quite a bit. Same thing with some of these other commodities. They can definitely range off at times. But for this current state, you can see that level there is super important to be breaking under, which was the 2016 roughly. Now, you can see we broke over 2050, right? We broke over here, and we broke over here. But look what happened. There was no support that gathered on above 2050. So if that gets moving and gets above 2050, you could essentially see a pretty nice breakout here on, one second. Yeah. You can essentially see a pretty nice breakout above that level, especially to go retest these highs. So you really need to see that support over 2050. That's really big here, especially with the high volume traded range. Now, there's still high volume up to 2070 that's been traded in this area. But for now, it's definitely a spot in which I would consider a cleaner move if 2050 could actually be traded through. So that is a big move. This is gold, guys, for those of you that are asking on Instagram. Remember, we do have the full stream on YouTube, so join the YouTube and you can get the full view of what you're looking at. Toby and everybody asking about their points on the YouTube chat. Remember, when you put in your vote on the Q&A at the beginning of the stream, you have a chance to add 100 points to your profile. You just have to be right on whether Bitcoin is going to be above the price it was early on or below. So if you missed it, I'm sorry. You got to get here earlier. All right. And remember, the more you chat and like and interact, the more points you get as well. All right, guys. One thing though, if you want to do this giveaway, on Friday, we do have to hit 100 likes on YouTube. We're at 52 right now. Let's get there. No doubt in my mind you will get there. So make sure you hit it. Luca with the Magic USD. But in this case, that's gold for you guys. We want to see a continuation up through to 2050. But like I said, since it's in this range, this is something that I don't personally like to trade. So that's something to really focus on when you're looking at it. Let's go look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ also rejecting the same order block it reject. This is another reason why we talked about, Safa saying something wrong with points. What's wrong with points, man? I'll let you know. All right, we'll talk about that later. Luca with the Magic USD, man. We already filled the board with what we're going over today. So if you want me to go over Magic, you got to come in at the beginning of the stream and you have to recommend it. All right, so make sure that you come in at the beginning of the stream and we'll put it on the board for you, okay? So for now, sorry. If we have more time in the end, maybe, but more than likely, no, because I do have to be out of here, my friends, let me double check. I gotta check my schedule. One sec. It'll be the same time, but yes, let me see here. This is at 1:45. Yeah. So 1:45 Central. So that'd be 2:45 Eastern. So we got about an hour. So let's get into this. Last one here. We'll look at oil really fast after this, but NASDAQ, pretty simple. Rejecting the same highs, like we said. If we wanted to get an actual move to the upside continuing, we want to actually get a full breakout above these highs of 17,700 and then continue from there. Look, support did hold late day yesterday, but look, there was no volume break that was clean enough, right? If you ever see, so those of you that want to see like clean breaks, if you get a BOS and it's not a clean break, okay, like through this, it was roughly a clean break but didn't continue. You need to see that those buyers want to step in to push that level, right? Never happened. They just fell off, started holding support. You had a sell candle, buyers try to take over. You still had some support, but then it rejected. So in this case, we wanted to see a nice impulse candle through that high, then show support on it. Similar to something like this, falls off, major impulse here, shows support through that high there and continues, right? So that's something you really want to watch for these highs. Right now, on this 4 hour, though, definitely bearish on the NASDAQ. I would be bearish right now at these highs, especially with this level being treated several times before it comes back down, right? So we'll see what happens. For now, it is still continuing to hold, right? If we pull up the signals and overlays, this is our trend following indicator. You can see here, it's still trading well above that daily Neo Cloud. Which for me, when it trades well above that daily Neo Cloud, I'm still leaning bullish for the long term. For those of you that are shorter term, though, if we even dive into that 1 hour, you can see definitely it is trying to break down a bit here. It almost cleared this low. You would want to see if this change of character can act as resistance somewhere around 17,680. That has that rejection. We might go back and retest some of these levels. First up would be this order block here at 17,485, and then below that, you have that order block down there. So those are the significant levels I'll take into account if this resistance continues to hold. But I would want to see that on a higher time frame to consider even a bigger retracement. So that's something to really focus on for those bigger retracements. But for now, it's holding very strong up here. But let's take a look here. On the signals and overlays, if I throw in the AI signals, really quick, I'm going to do signal mode confirmation. I was going to see if we had any TP points. So we still haven't had a TP point. We might get it today. We might get that TP point if we get a up here, if we get a rejection, right? If we get a close down here later. So what I'm saying by TP points is these little X's, right? So we had got that 3 continuation signal and it rallied, right? Pretty soon here, if today closes lower, you'll probably see that blue X, which I would consider, this could be a start to a temporary high within the NASDAQ. It did retest and come down here, or it did retest this imbalance, right? We retested, hold on. We did retest this imbalance, bounce right back off, but now it's still showing resistance. So, it would be healthy for this thing. Ooh, actually, that did retrace quite a bit. So, yeah, I mean, essentially it has been rejecting, having lower highs on the oscillator. But it would be healthy for this thing to come down just a little bit before it continues its trend. But, when you say come down a little bit, that doesn't mean a lot. So, in this case, a little bit for this would be probably roughly like right here, right? Be roughly somewhere right there. So we'll see kind of where that ends up going. But that price point would be, I don't know, 1750. So definitely a price, or 17,500. So definitely a price to look for. We'll definitely see how that plays out. All right, let's head to the board here since we have, let me just look at CL real fast. With that high value support we're getting in. So we took a trade here earlier up to the 79s. Now it's trying to bounce off of this lower order block we got here. This has been a pretty insane little range it's been in. It is trying to set a higher low, right? If this gets confirmed today, then we might consider a nice little setup there, maybe to the upside. That 4 hour did break down. So this is a pretty healthy, actually, retracement from this 4 hour move, right? If this happens, look where it could head, and this is where it's like really cool to see. You have a pretty core resistance that sat here. that I would watch for that's roughly around the 50 level. So 75 to 76, that area there is where I would look for resistance and potentially a short play. So that's kind of what I'd be watching for if that were the case. The oscillator has actually extended quite a bit. It did break that structure, but we'll see here on crude oil if it actually wants to reject that area maybe. If not, maybe this spot it does kind of settle off because it's been ranging quite a bit. On the 4 hour here. Man, that's so rough. Here, let's look. Here's your level. Yeah, here, right here. It entered this level right there. And here you go. So once again, volume profile comes into play, and why you need to write your volume profile, right? You need to put it in the right places when these ranges are formed, right? Because look what happens. This price comes down. It bounces right off that value range, the bottom of it. And now it's at that point of control. So, if it does get up over this price point of 74-ish, maybe you get a push into 75. But like I said, I really think 75, 76 could have that rejection due to the previous setups there and 2024 being a high production year for oil. So, I don't know. We'll see how the reports come out as well. Make sure if you're trading something like crude oil to pay attention to the reports, or like natural gas, pay attention to those reports. That's really important. So let's get to the wheel. Let's jump over to the wheel. Get you guys going. We got about 1 hour here to 1 hour or less. Starting off with ARB. I'm pretty sure that was the very first one as well that we did on here. For those of you typing exclamation points in the chat, if it looks like you have a tiny bit of points, that's because for one, you haven't tuned in long enough, and two, you haven't chatted enough. So make sure you chat a little bit. People that have over 100 points this week already is because yesterday they guessed that the price would be more than the starting price on Bitcoin on the stream. So make sure if you do want to add an extra 100 points to your profile each day, you come in early and you put in your prediction on the price of Bitcoin by the end of the stream. So Sol being out 5 hours, what happens to the DEX perps in the interim? We'll take a look at Solana for sure. But quite an interesting, there's some epic music here. There we go. No, we'll go with that one. I like that one. But actually, sorry, we didn't put Solana on the board, so we're going to do Solana just really fast. So Solana, here you go. This is similar to what we were talking about yesterday. We were saying that this level pretty significant on that retracement, right? The 50% retracement is right there. It bounced off it once. So you can see now it's trying to bounce off it again. But notice here on that 4 hour, you do still have this trend it's in. So I'm not considering anything on Solana till that trend's broken. So I would be bearish riding this trend until that trend shows that it's broken, especially if you're up here above 100 and you're short or something. But for now, that breakout is roughly 97, I would say. Get a nice aggressive breakout for that move to occur. Now, it is bouncing off the same low, which is really good. But again, I don't fight trends is currently in a downtrend, right? Did not set a lower low, though, after this big retracement here. So not setting a lower low, it could be setting up for that reversal. You can see here, we do have a higher low starting to form. If this candle does close here in an hour and 13 minutes, that would indicate that you have a lower low on price and you have a higher low on the oscillator. So in that case, that is a little bit of bullish divergence, right? If that bullish divergence is forming, then you could essentially see a nice trend break. So this could be the start to me thinking, okay, if I was short in Solana, maybe I take a little bit off and then I wait for that breakout, wait for a bullish setup. But for now, for Solana, it's still stuck in that downtrend. I don't fight trends, so I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, this is the time to fully get out of a short position. Now, it could be the start to getting out of one. If we pull the Fibonacci on here yet again, you can see here it's pretty much doing the exact same thing that it did. We talked about this yesterday on the daily. We really did like this structure break on the oscillator, and we want to see a turning point form. So we're still waiting on that turning point, right? If we can get a nice bullish candle, something to close into the 99s, maybe 100, you'll probably see that bullish turning point. If that bullish turning point happens, more than likely Solana's probably going to break out, retest that upper order block, and then hopefully maybe we get a bigger volume move. And I keep forgetting that I had the wheel on the Instagram there. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Instagram. I'm still getting used to Instagram, okay? I'm sorry. All right. Because I have to manually turn it off. I don't have my Stream Deck set up for that. I don't think I can because it's two separate platforms. So, yeah, essentially, for those of you that just missed that on Solana, we're okay. Downtrend still in formation. So, we saw the bullish divergence on the 4 hour potentially forming, right? We have an hour left on that candle. One more time for my people on Instagram. Here's your bullish divergence kind of potential setup. If that happens, we want to see that break through 97 plus. But again, this is where if this candle does close green, you get a confirmed bullish divergence with the oscillator. Then you maybe start trimming out of a short position if you are in a short above 100 or so. But for now, for Solana, it potentially making a higher low here is a good sign of that start to a reversal. So that would be a good start, but it needs to break that trend. On this point here, what we were just saying is this lower high that formed here and this structure getting broken there. So we would want to see a turning point form today or tomorrow, which means the candle is going to have to pretty much close up here around 98, 99. If that does happen with the oscillator to get that turning point like that, we're probably going to see a nice breakout up to 103 at least. Then we'll go from there once we see that. But that does need to set up that higher low in order to see that actual breakout. So we'll see how it goes. Why the outage on Solana, I have no idea, to be honest. I just look at the charts. That's about it. All right. ARB. Sorry about that. We're going to try to go through these kind of quickly because I did have to be out here a little bit earlier. Okay. This is good. This is good. All right, guys, where are we at on the likes? We're at 70 likes. Those of you on YouTube, please hit the like button. If you want to do the $300 giveaway on Friday, you have to hit like. We have to hit 100 likes every stream to get it. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you're new here. You get alerted when we go live, but it's live every day at 1 Eastern here on Instagram and YouTube. So you want the full experience, go check out YouTube. Okay, ARB starting off real nice. This is a great day. It's a great day for ARB, whoever's in this. Whoever mentioned this. First off, here you go. We say don't fight the trend. Well, guess what? That trend just got broken. So what do I do next, right? Well, you do have a higher low that got formed. We go in that 4 hour. We watch the 4 hour setups, right? Now, essentially right now, here's the issue you're running into. You have a structure break in formation, but it hasn't fully broken, right? Here's your structure break. Look, no candle close over it yet. If that happens, if you mitigate this order block, guess what this turns into? It turns into a breaker block, which I can also enable in the price action concepts indicator. Not like that. This will turn into a hollow block. So this is actually would help you out quite a bit for your entry, if that were the case. So right now on ARB, you want a full break over this 183.80 level, right? If you get that full break over the 183.80 like this, I'm looking for that retest showing me that support over that structure level. If that structure level occurs, I'm targeting 195. 192 would be my first, and then up into the middle of that order block of 195. So that essentially would be the overall target, right? We got US 30 on the board, so just be patient with that. All right. We're going to go over US 30, don't worry. But again, formation's proper, right? You got higher lows forming all around the board here on the 4 hour. Looks really good for that breakout. You got it. And now you're seeing that structure somewhat form. What's really nice is this oscillator. If you look at the oscillator here, I'll move it over for my Instagram. Lower highs, structure broke, right? Lower highs, that structure broke right here. Great sign of this trend starting to change, right? If this thing comes back down, sets a higher low. That's another thing I like to use for confirmation on when trains are trains. Yeah, when the trains are going choo choo. No, when the trends are changing, that's what we like to look for on the confirmation change, right? So essentially, if we get a turning point similar to this, look at that, bam, broke structure here, turning point here, then you got that turning point right here with a change of character. You have that nice rally, right? That's what we want to look for here. Be surprised. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. Hope you come tune back in with us every day at 1 Eastern. So that'd be awesome. But that's pretty much what you're gonna look for. Retrace. Give me a bullish turning point somewhere on a nice retracement. Confirm it like this, because this is gonna confirm you a little better. Yeah, it gives you an extra candle of confirmation when you get that turning point. So if that were to happen up here, 182 roughly, I think you're going to get that real nice move to 195. So keep an eye on that. We'll see how it goes. The proper formation for this bullish break is really good here on that 4 hour. So great-ish, my friends. I need a button that's like, good job, or something silly. All right, let's move ahead really quick. ARB off the board. I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm not going to put it on Instagram so we mess up. US 30 for my US 30 folks. So you're not all screaming in my ear about US 30 over and over again. Blackpool. Yeah, we'll do Blackpool. He said the amount of good prices I bought in is amazing. Awesome. $1.60, brother. That's awesome. All right. So US 30, once again, don't fight the trend. That's like my #1 motto. Don't fight the trend. You're in a bullish uptrend. This is something you need to be bearish on, okay? Nothing you need to be bearish on. 4 hour here, still showing that structure, right? It's inside that Neo cloud. It's inside that Neo cloud. You got a lot of 3 continuation signals, right? 3 continuation signals is a very bullish signal, which is really good for a trend continuation, right? So in this case, though, what I want to see right now is, look, it retested this Neo cloud, right, with a very nice aggressive uptrend, set a higher low, and it's outside the Neo. So this being outside the Neo cloud, it's another situation where you kind of want to see that this wants to actually hold above that Neo. I'm not a huge fan of it just sitting here where it's at right now. I want a full breakout, because what do you guys see that could actually form here at these highs? What could form here at these highs? And the oscillator's also conflicting, right? I don't fight the trend, but if you're on the 4 hour here, you got higher lows in formation, right? Very nice. But here's what I'm seeing right now, which could very well happen. But that's essentially if that head and shoulders actually gets formed, right? Head and shoulders is one of the best patterns in the game. If you don't know it, look it up. Please look it up so I don't have to explain it every time. But very, very bearish formation if it forms. Now, it has to form, though. If it doesn't form, then it doesn't count. So you pretty much have your, you have a little bit of a neckline right here. So we'll see if that happens, if you get a little bit of rejection in this area. Now, head and shoulders doesn't have to be perfect on price, right? It just has to be like pretty much there. Higher high, lower high, then you head lower. So we'll see if that actually ends up forming or not. That'd be interesting. There you go. But there you go. That's the head and shoulders. In that case, on the 4 hour, it's very possible, but it's not there yet. Like I said, though, on the daily, I'm bullish. Oh. I'd be bullish on a daily for now, but watch that head and shoulders formation to see if it wants to actually break down or not. Price holding very well over that BOS of that previous high on the US 30, but looks really good. Does look good. 1 hour here, it is starting to break out of this imbalance now, and you're approaching resistance. You can see why I rejected this, right? 3854 rejected that perfectly because it was a lot of resistance sitting there. So US 30, it's very possible you see a still bearish setup. You can see lower time frames. You're, setting lower highs as well. So that's essentially what I'd be waiting on is a confirmation on the 4 hour for head and shoulders, right? So that's big. This is the price action concept indicator for those of you asking on Instagram. All right, let's go to the next one. Give me something good, my friends. Man, I'm a pro at hitting this on the dot of the same thing. BCH. I can literally spin that thing and it'll hit the exact same spot every time. All right. Okay. Man, Bitcoin Cash used to be fun, right? It used to be good, but it's just terrible now. Guys, I honestly, with this, it's not much. Not much you can talk about, to be honest. You have a pretty tight range right now. It broke out big time. All I would say on Bitcoin Cash, you need volume. So Bitcoin Cash, I would want to break out of this area right here. Right? This area here, so you have a high of 245 or even a structure break of 242. So I would want to break out of that high of, let's just say 245. That's a good price to target. Or break the structure of this low of 230. Below 230, I would trade it lower. Above 245, I would trade it higher. In between there, I'm not going to trade it whatsoever. It's not worth trading at all. So those are levels I would watch. That's pretty much all we can do for Bitcoin Cash. Sorry. I mean, even if you look at the daily, it's not really much. It's just stuck. Yeah. So watch those levels we just mentioned. If you don't remember them, go back on the stream. Let's go back. Come on, baby. Give me something good. Please, Link. Nice. I'm going to break that thing at some point. Y'all going to see it fly off the wheel. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. This is incredible. This, yeah, Link's still what we watched from last week. Last week, we talked about this a million times. Guys, if you're saying gold on Instagram, we went into it earlier. We're still bullish on a weekly chart, okay? Oh my gosh, you guys in gold. We went over gold earlier. If you want to see our gold analysis, head over to the YouTube channel and make sure you watch, just rewind back to the beginning. We went over gold. All right. Sorry. All right. Link here. Hold on. Let me pull that volume profile. Gold, though, still bullish on that weekly, as you still want to know. All right, so, you know, we mentioned this earlier. We mentioned this before, right? This is why we put up these volume profiles, right? So here you go. It's exactly why we put up these volume profiles. We wait for price to actually show us aggressive moves on either side of the value range, right? That's an aggressive move above this value range. Even if I stretch it now to where it's at, I'm just showing you previous price, but it's still there, right? A lot of value there. Look what happens. There's just no liquidity to essentially trade this lower. So if buyers take out this aggressively like that, these levels, it's pretty much going to continue. Exactly what we got. We jumped into this nice daily order block up here, and look, we're already having resistance in this order block. So the biggest thing for Link is holding over this range here, and we're pretty much there, right? We're pretty much holding just fine right now. This is not something to ever get out of at this current moment in time. If I go to that weekly chart, I mean, for those of you that don't know what a grade A bullish flag break is, this is pretty much it. This is pretty close. Pretty much the same. You know, your high got set on the second impulse, but again, it's the same kind of concept. You're setting lower lows, you're setting lower highs, and you have a very nice bull flag break. This is such a popular pattern because, you know, regardless of how perfect it is, it's still the same type of formation that you would want to see. And again, look at this retracement here. This is pretty much why you get a bull flag, right? It's pretty much why you get a bull flag. It's because whenever you get an impulse, and while you wait for a bull flag, whenever you get a massive impulse, you usually extend to either side, right? So if you see a bull flag or bear flag, this is why you see them go yet again. It's because if a bull flag is forming, you get very small consolidation before that pump, right? And when it's selling off of, you know, for a bull flag, when it's selling off, look what happens is price and the overall trading activity kind of simmers down a bit before enough, you know, liquidity can be gathered to send it again. So in this case, that's pretty much, you know, your formation in which you got on that weekly time frame for that bullish move. Now, yet again, if we're going to talk about trading, you know, levels here, you can see right now we do have the top of a pocket sitting roughly where that imbalance is with that change of character. We have extended on the daily oscillator matrix, but for gold or for Link here, look at this. We broke out of these lower highs, right? We set a lower high and then we had a higher low. So that inevitably right there, look where that higher low got set right here, bottom of that range. Bottom of the range, volume came in and then it popped, right? So essentially right now, it's all good, man. I would hold on tight to this. I would be, if I had a trade opportunity, maybe showing clean support over 17. You get a retracement on the oscillator and get another turning point and rally from that turning point. But that turning point would have to form. I'm not just going to say, hey, you know, you need to trade it here. This is where you buy now. Because price has to show us that's where it wants to buy. But here you go. On the weekly, there's a reason there's an order block sitting here. You had 2 weeks where it had really bad resistance there, right? So if we pull up that daily order block yet again, you can see why it might be struggling here. If it gets through that order block, you have a ton of imbalance to fill. Or sorry, you have a ton of selling, you know, not much. There's a little bit of imbalance in between these, not majorly, but just a little bit. But you're pretty much got free reign on the liquidity side of things there up into this upper order block up here. So it's very possible this thing could rally up into 26, 27 if the volume gets behind it. But it looks really strong to get into the 20s for sure. So focus on that $20 move. All right. All right, XLM. Oh my gosh. How many times are these guys going to spam gold on Instagram? XLM USD. Okay. This is a little bit weak. The 4 hour. That's not too bad, actually. Okay. Let's start weekly. Let's see what this thing's been. We need to see the whole history of this guy. Let's dive into the wow. I mean, what a crypto, man. What a crypto. Let's go from his first impulse to today. So here you go. Here's your XLM. XLM Stellar. All right. You have quite a bit of value range. Let's go to the next one. Massive value range all the way up to 31 cents on the weekly chart here. But notice where it's at. It's at that POC. So here you go. This is technically, if I trade things like this is how I trade them. I wait till they get to good value. Good value, in my opinion, is close to that POC, highly traded volume level. This right here, 10 cents, highly traded volume level. This is something that I would actually, start buying. This would be a position I would actually buy some in. Looks like you could get a little bit lower. As you can see here, you can see this low here where it bounced. Guess what? It bounced off the POC, right? That low there is almost 10 cents on the dot. Anything in the 10-cent area, this is where I would buy some. But it's not something that it's like, once again, I don't just throw in my entire savings into this thing. But if we're talking value, I need to look to see how XLM is doing as a coin for one. Obviously, it's pretty much down from these crazy highs that it's formed. But in this area, current price, 10 cents, not terrible, right? But in this case, there's so many of these cryptos right now that XLM, this has quite a bit of history, right? This was traded in August of 14. So this tech, the XLM tech here, when it got pumped and stuff, this could be obsolete. It could be something that's a lot weaker, right, than what you're seeing coming into the market today. So really do your research on ones like this where why did it get, extremely overvalued at some points? Why did it come back down? And then decide if you want to invest at the 10 cents. But chart-wise, if this thing was actually worth investing, 10 cents is not bad. But again, it's just something where you kind of need to do a little bit more research on why this might be worth fully trading, right? Order block settings are default, my friend. No need to spam it either. Luca, I'll put you in timeout for 24 hours, my friend, if you keep spamming. All right. But yeah, XLM, guys, it's a rough spot, but very possible. Okay. Let's hop into the next one. We gotta stay with time here. Because we don't have a ton of it today. Ooh, let's go again. One more time. If it doesn't hit, then slow down. All right, we'll do a little nudge. A little nudge. Come on. All right, one more time. All right, we're going to have a problem here, Wheel. One more. I'm going to just do a big one. If it doesn't hit this time, I'm just picking. If it doesn't hit this time. Nice. Okay, thank you. NTC. Let's go to Intel real quick. Somebody mentioned Intel. I think somebody mentioned it on the Instagram Live. All right. Anybody like these CryptoPunk? What am I saying? CryptoPunk. Goodness gracious. Drift punk songs. All right. That's pretty good. Okay, Euro USD will come up on the board there. You can see it. It is sitting currently right here, so please don't ask about it because it is on the board, my friend. If you can't read my handwriting, well, just know that, you could, I guess you can ask in the chat. Yes. Mortal Kombat. I can't speak today. All right, that's a little aggressive. All right. I think I missed Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at the beginning of the stream. You can check it out on the YouTube. We'll go over it here in just a little bit as well. At the end of the stream and the beginning of the stream, we always go over it. Euro USD, we will go over, Mike. Mike, I swear. We're going to go over you. We're going to go over it. It's on the board. All right. Intel, remember they had their earnings. Let's go to daily. They beat, right? Intel's earnings beat quite nicely, but they gapped down, right? So usually what that means, when stocks gap down even after a beat, it's pretty much because their outlook for the year doesn't look too good. See if there's any updates recently. So, that's okay. If that looks not good, usually at some point you do get a little bit of retracement on like stuff like this. I will say right now, not a bad level to consider a possible bounce. We'll see if it wants to occur. The problem is the market's at all-time highs, so it could be a rough spot to consider actually a bounce. But once again here, you can see on that date, on that weekly, we had a reject of this order block pretty easily, and it's coming back down. So for the time being, it's not terrible, but look how it's been stuck in a pretty aggressive uptrend here. So I would say right now, weekly chart, interesting spot. It has come out of a downtrend, though. So I would lean a lot more bullish on this. Let's see where we could potentially head, though. So, here with the Fibonacci pull, $40 looks like it could be a price point that could easily hit here on this downside move. We go back into that daily chart. We can see on the oscillator. Oscillator still fully hasn't extended yet, right? It's trying to extend. It's still fully hadn't gotten there. So the biggest reason, too, that I like this level down here is because of these highs kind of forming. This is a range in which I would probably buy this, is below $40, or right at 40 into 36 would be roughly where I would probably want to buy Intel if it's possible. But yeah, $40. Yeah, Dame. Yeah, you got that right, my friend. I think that's a good area to target right now. Obviously, the outlook for this year not too great, but right now we're in a bullish order block. So see how it kind of trades in this bullish order block because it has bounced before. But essentially, it's very possible that we do get another higher low in this formation like this. Sorry, another lower high in this formation, which means you might go test some of this imbalance that came from the gap in the mid-40s and then come back lower. But we'll see kind of how Intel does right now. It's not at a bad level to potentially see if it wants to bounce, but kind of weak volume at the moment. I would want to see a strong volume directional day somewhere. Now Mike's just messed with me. Gotta take it. Okay, Mike. I get it, Mike. I get it. All right, let's move to the next one. I'm going to give this one spin. If it doesn't hit, I'm picking it. Sorry. Nice. Wait, did Mike just call that? No, I didn't. Yeah, Jockey. Let's get to 600 today. That'd be nice. Guys, we're 10 likes away from hitting the 100 like goal. We do have to hit that goal. If you want to do the giveaway on Friday. So we might not even be doing the giveaway on Friday unless you hit the like button. So you better hit the like button. Is that a threat? I don't know if I can say that. Can I say that on YouTube? I didn't threaten you, right? I just said that we wouldn't do the giveaway. That's not a threat, right? Right, chat? Is that a threat? I didn't threaten you. I just said like, or we're not doing the giveaway. All right, 3 likes away. Come on. All right, Intel was done. Now we go to the Euro. These likes have to do with the YouTube, by the way, for those of you on Instagram. Pass this back around like a rally. What? People saying some weird stuff on Instagram. Really, you need algo for zones. Relay. Oh, he said relay. He said passes back around like a relay. That actually sounds like a pretty sick line for some song. Hey! All right, guys. Hit the 100 like goal for the day. The giveaway train has left the station on Tuesday. It'll arrive tomorrow on Wednesday to see if it can collect 100 likes yet again. I need to just have a train formate on the bottom of the stream here. But there you go, baby. Bullish on the giveaway. We are still in track. or on track to hit the 100 likes a day for the $300 giveaway on Friday. So thanks yet again for tuning in and hitting that like button. Highly and very much appreciate it. All right. Euro USD, for those of you that keep asking about it, and I keep saying we're going to go over it, but you keep asking about it, and then I end up going over it. So now, if you ask about it again, I'm going to just completely move on to the next one. So please don't ask about the Euro anymore. For those of you that were in stream yesterday, you know what's up about the Euro. We talked about this selling off because guess what? We do not fight the trend. That's number one rule here on the LuxAlgo channel. Do not fight the trend. The trend is your friend, right? Trend is your friend. There you go. That's our new motto. The trend is your friend. Well, guess what? Yesterday we talked about this. It was still within this trend. We said more than likely it was probably going to head a little bit lower and break that low. Well, guess what? The Euro. All right, Mike. I'm putting you in timeout. Mike goes in timeout. Mike gets a 1 minute timeout. It's going to keep increasing. Here you go, Mike. The timeouts go 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, and then 24 hours. If you keep on doing it, I'm going to time you out up until 24 hours. I wish I could do more. Mike's going in timeout for 1 minute. All right, Mike. Okay, the chach is wrong. The chach is wrong. The chach is wrong. The chach is wrong. Okay, yeah, is the chach wrong there? Guess what? The chach is not wrong because you got to trade the chach properly, right? Yeah, guess what? This chach is wrong. It's invalid. This chach is wrong. It's invalid. This chach is wrong. It's invalid. Do you know why they're invalid? Do you know why you should... Alex, bro. Hey, Alex, can you type in the chat if you can hear me? Alex O. Type in the chat if you can hear me. All these chachas are invalid, by the way. For those of you saying chach is wrong, NYMAX is coming in here trying to start something. Alex, you won the giveaway on Friday. You know that, right? I tried finding you in the Discord. You never joined it. You make sure that you join the Discord, and Mickey, throw the Discord link in the thing and send me a message. I got your winnings for you. I try to get in contact with you. Whatever your Discord name is, let me know. Because you won. I want to get it to you. All right. Anyway, guys, here you go. That chach invalid, right? We'll get you up at the end of this, okay? Reach out to me, okay? Send me a DM on Discord. And those of you that think you can just send fake DMs thinking you're Alex, some random guy, I promise you we have a way to verify if it's the real Alex. So don't try any games with me again, okay? Ignore my voice crack. Okay. Once again, for the 8th time, we had a bunch of invalid change of characters. Now, this one is starting to become valid, right? Because guess what? Price is trading lower than that change of character. Guess what? It also had a reject off an imbalance, thus making it valid, right? This was a valid change of character in this state. Valid break of structure as well. You can also, for those of you that do kind of get confused on internal structure, you can up the sensitivity on that price action concepts indicator if you want a better formation of when these actually get printed, but I like the default one. We have traded below this, showing that this level is valid for a breakdown. Literally, scammers are always trying to scam. That's like the number one thing scammers do. It drives me nuts. Who would have thunk it? Scammers always scamming. Yeah, exactly. But again, now we watch to see if price wants to react below that line. And it has been reacting, right? It's been reacting off the 107.66 here with that imbalance. When you see those impulse sells, it's really good. But again, don't fight the trend. Trend is your friend. That's the biggest thing that we like to talk about here on the LuxAlgo live stream every single day. Now, the one thing I will watch for, which we said as well, is the fact that look what's happening. We are currently off of this previous high that it bounced before, right? Bounced here before. It's also bounced there before. Now, this is the daily chart. We can also see you have a bullish imbalance here. There's still buy orders that kind of got left over down here. I wouldn't necessarily say they're still there anymore because it had this retracement. But in this case, this looks really nice. It does look really nice for a continuation to the downside. But we'll see if today it actually wants to show it as a bouncing level. Okay, Alex, sweet. I think I just got your friend request. I'm hoping that's you. If it's a scammer, I'm going to throw my phone out the window. In this case, though, so price holding under that chach is what I'm watching. If it's going to hold under that chach, I would still be bearish on this thing, okay? So here you go. On the 4 hour, though, you can see here, that it has broke that structure here with these higher lows that are formed. Very choppy coming into this low, but finally we got a pretty clean break, right? So I would want to see something like that, another bearish turning point below that 50 level to continue into these lower order blocks, right? If we can get that continuation into these lower order blocks, we're looking good. The only thing I don't like is that this resistance here that busted through with this massive imbalance acted as support before. Now it's trying again. You know, law of probabilities, if it tries it more than once, you know, your odds go way down every single time. So it's going to potentially be a lot less now that we were retesting it again. It did try to break it completely. It didn't fully break, but for now, I would still lean pretty bearish on this. I'm not saying that's going to completely sell off very aggressively, but I do think you could at least go and retest this lower order block around 106.686 if that change of character gets held underneath. Now, on the 4 hour, or on the daily here, let's talk about this one more time. Once again, I'm not bullish until we see bullish price action, right? So if we're going to see bullish price action, I need price to get through this trend for once and then set up something like this. I would like a buy on this off of this level right here, breaking that structure here, retesting this order block, setting a higher low, confirming that price wants to reset, right? Price wants to come through, do something like this. That's going to take a while. That's going to take a week or so. But again, these are where your probabilities line up against you. If you're impatient, you don't wait for price to actually play out properly, more than likely you're going to fail. And that's the number one reason why a lot of these traders fail in trading in general. It's just they're not patient. And you just have to be patient. That's the biggest thing. For now, not going to fight the trend. Trend is our friend, bearish on the euro for just the time being. On to the next one. Give it one chance to spin. Bruh. All right, ICP. I don't know if I can handle ICP again. I don't know if I want to look at it. They ripped us. Yo. You're joking. This is just a type moment. Oh man, this hurts. Okay. Now I want to see, where were our entries again? Hold on. Oh, brother. Yo, gosh. Somebody shoot me. Oh my gosh. I need some water. Okay. Well, ICP made me its daddy, and now...
Who's your daddy?
ICP, I'm your daddy, okay? So it made me its daddy. It hit me in the face a few times. It stopped me out. But it ended up doing exactly what we watched last week, okay? So one more time.
Who's your daddy?
Exactly. All right, so... if you were on the stream, once again, I mean, you can't make this up. If you bought below this price and you held without a stop, which I'm an idiot for not putting my stop below this swing low, then you're welcome, for one. You're welcome. In this case, though, I mean, this literally was exactly what we watched for this move. We saw this retracement setup. We entered, as you can see here, and we were targeting these upper swing points. Can I say ass on stream? Is that a thing? Can I say that? My dumb ass decided to put a very short stop on a candle that wasn't worth putting a stop on. We should have put it below the swing low, and we didn't. So this is where it's like, you know, why sometimes I like long-term investing versus these trades, because essentially, especially volatility on stocks like this, or especially volatility on crypto like this, it's not really, you can get screwed over and then it rallies, right? So this is why I would recommend, you know, investing when value's there and then not worrying about your stop loss or being over leveraged and being an idiot and just letting it play out according to your analysis. Because on the stream, we pulled this Fibonacci. We said, hey, watch this 50% retracement level. We said, hey, look at the oscillator. It's extended. right? It's extended. Okay, it's setting a higher low based on the previous higher low that it formed. It was right inside this lovely imbalance here that formed. That's now off the board. But if I were to open this up and I go down here and I turn off the volatility threshold and I hit OK, actually it got filled. Anyway, there was an imbalance that was sitting here. If I go back to the day where we entered, there you go. Massive imbalance sitting there. Let me get the super music off. Oh, wait, hold on. I bet. There you go. Imbalance sitting there. We retraced it, was inside the golden pocket, and we said, hey, baby, we're going to go target up to those highs. Well, it happened. Well, we set a really crappy stop loss. It got triggered, as you can see with the arrows, and then rallied right after it. So, you know, that's where that day I just got punched in the face a few times, just nailed, and then it took off without us. So that feels good. But if you did buy it around $11.50, guys, great job. Absolutely great job. That was essentially what we were looking for on that setup. We got it. It rallied. It hit our highs. It hit our targets. Current moment, though, I will say, you know, we don't fight the trend, right? Let's look at the daily, though. Let's watch the daily. Here you go. This is why, you know, we take order blocks into consideration. So order block here got rejected up here at the 1358, right? Got the 1358 reject up there. And it ended up wicking it, right? Came back down. So, and the current state on the daily, I wouldn't be too bullish on this. Now, if this day does close bullish, it could be okay. Oh, it wasn't, damn, it was just, that was the paper trade I put on there. Yeah, it wasn't an actual trade. It was just the paper trade we made on stream or whatever that day. Like, overall, I don't even think I have any ICP. I should honestly buy some if it's going to be that clean on an analysis front. But I've explained my overall investing strategy. I buy them at value. I should have bought it there, but inevitably we wanted to play it out based on that. So next time, baby, we'll just do long-term investments, let them trade out, and then sell them when we have to. No more stop losses. You hear me now. Stop losses are good if you're day trading or you're swing trading or you're somebody that over-leverages yourself. But if you believe in good value, you believe in long-term investing, don't worry about stop losses. Buy and sell when it's considered a bad place to be holding it or longing it. Okay, so there you go. I put 100% of my chocolate bars into it. I don't know where chocolate bars came to, how that came to your mind, but yeah, all my chocolate bars are gone. So one time we do real-time trading. I mean, we'll honestly, I'm just gonna have an account on here because I can do it really fast. I don't have to take time to jump in and get it going. But yeah, guys. So this broke out, swept these highs. In this case, with that high sweep, it's in a downtrend right now. I would watch this downtrend. You can see here, yet again, we have a bear change character on the 4 hour. So I would want to see if that wants to reject yet again on this downtrend. And then maybe go retest 1150. So don't fight the trend. If we talk about that, we look for a reject around 1250-ish. Trade it down to 1150 again. If a higher low does get set here, that could be really nice. You would maybe see something, you know, it's trying to form something similar to that. If we go to that daily chart, though, what's really nice is this thing came out of a downtrend and now is setting higher lows, and it set one there. It went up and it touched those highs. So it's not necessarily anything I would be considering just now on a daily getting out of. He said, well, he asked how much did you put in it without specifying what more than USD cash goes into these things, time, effort, loads of stuff. Oh, of course. But I did put all my chocolate bars in it, that's for sure. You did get me there. But, you know, here, you had a lovely break. You had a lovely break and retest. That was the other reason why we liked the long off that level. But now it's rejecting this high. So it's very conflicting area. Let's go to the 4 hour one time here. And then let's just look at the profile before we head into the last two. Really quick. Value profile, which is right here. Into here. And there you go. Yet again, why you want to identify these volume profiles and see. Let's look back really fast, actually. Let's just go back on this volume profile really quick when we were watching this down here and see if that level was, yeah, there you go. So here you go. So look at this area up here at these highs, right? We had that at the top of the range. This came down, it bounced directly off the bottom of that range, and guess what? It went and hit the top of the range. This is exactly why we consider pulling up these fixed volume profiles to make sure you can identify these key levels with high volume, right? So this is just another step in which you can take to really identify what's good and what isn't. So for this general state here, you can see higher low off that 50% retracement. It had a nice bullish imbalance there and came back, filled it, and then rallied up. Had that beautiful trade if we would have held on to it. In this case, though, right now, it's still within this uptrend. So 4-hour bigger trend here, you're bullish, right? This micro trend here, you're bearish. So the biggest thing is this level needs to hold, and then 13 will hit. If this low hit breaks, if 1186, 1180, 1184, I would just say 1180. 1180 breaks, you're going to hit probably 1150. If this price point holds right here, you're probably going to hit 13. So you're kind of in an area right now where it's something that you don't necessarily full on understand if it's going to go either way right now. So look for to see if that trend can break. If not, then you'll probably go retest this. But got conflicting trends right now. ICP though on the daily looks fantastic. I really do like it on the daily for a continuation. So we'll see if today can close bullish. That's the biggest thing. Okay. Biggest thing if today can close bullish, that'd be very nice. It did break that trend. All right, let's go to BNB. BNB. Holla at me. All right. Let's go on the next one. Give me that next song. What you got for me? I like that one. All right, BNB, baby. BNB's been in, it's made that final rally, right? And guess what? It touched the order block. This is exactly what we don't consider. We always consider order blocks levels of resistance, right? Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Bam, goes up, rejects it perfectly, and comes right off it, right? So in this case right now, you are in a pretty rough consolidation period. And when I see these, right, we do want to see a fixed volume profile, see kind of how it's been moving in this area, right? Let's just pull it from here. See how it's moving in this area. Now you can see it's roughly trading inside and outside of this range, right? Coming in and out, rejected the high of the range, came back down, and now it's trying to find support at the bottom here. These are the levels in which I would say, hey, I short below, long above, right? So if you get a clean break, large break, it looks like this. On the daily of BNB, I would, continue it lower. So you need a break of this 298, retest, show me a trend, right? This trend here, it's kind of already forming. You could even pull it from up here, I guess. But even then, this is stuck in that little downtrend, right? There's not really a confirmed higher low in this state. You have a lower low, lower low. This here could still be reacting as a lower high. Price is waiting to come back down. So if support holds here, obviously, if you break that structure to the upside above, like, let's just say 310, or honestly, to be safe, you could say 313, you're probably going to go retest top of this, which is, 320. It's very weak right now. It's not great. There's not a lot of volume here. We need to see a volume in either direction. If we go to the 4-hour here, I mean, you're holding pretty clean support at the current moment. You bounce off a nice imbalance there, but again, these highs are still trending downward, right? So we need a breakout. High volume breakout would be huge on BNB, okay? If we get a high volume breakout above, 307, guys, that we're going to hit 312, maybe 316, maybe definitely retest this high if you get that nice breakout above 307.7, okay? That's what I want to see, is a nice bullish breakout. Oscillator looks good. Higher lows on the oscillator. Looks good for that bullish breakout, okay? That's on that time frame. On the daily, oscillator looks pretty good. It is consolidating a bit here. You have the bearish whatever flow. But here you go. I mean, you could consider this a very long, very long-term bull flag. But if this were to actually play out as a bull flag, right, then you have to get a high volume break through this 307.7. Same thing. So bull flags, this can happen, right? You get, lower low, and then usually sometimes on bull flag breaks, you get a higher low before that big break. So pay attention for that on BNB, but the volume has to come in and show you that you want it. I would only trade it once that break happens. So that it's, because this could come down and hit another low. So that's why you wait for those, big volume trades to break it. So that's what I would watch for. BNB into Manta. And then your boy gotta go. Manta. We looked at Manta. Obviously, this was a very newer asset, right? First off, this is something I would look, understand the tech and why you should invest in this before you consider any investment. It's very nice that it's been up since it's launched on the Binance here. It's still up riding from it where it opened. It opened at 0.05, so 5 cents. Now it's trading at $2.64, which is massive. Okay. And there you go. That's okay. So Manta here, this is something where, first off, do your due diligence, do your research, figure out why this thing is trading where it's at in the current state. If we're looking at the 1 hour is what I wouldn't look at any other chart right now. 1 hour is still in a bearish downtrend. Now on the oscillator, you're setting higher lows, right? You got the higher low being set right now, which is good for a potential trend break. Finally, maybe this thing will come out of this downtrend move that it's having. Also, though, here's another fixed volume profile. You've had your little bit of a range here now, rough range. There's a potential that can come down here into where a lot of the higher volume was traded in below $2.40. So maybe you look for that. Maybe look for a pullback into this level. You're going to see what happened when it was above this. Look at how trendy it was above this. Broke out of that, had a nice trend. Now it came back down, and now it's potentially being able to consolidate here. So since it's kind of in a higher low on this formation, you have a higher low on the oscillator in a sense. We'll see if it wants to break out, but it's still stuck in that bearish trend, right? Still stuck in this bearish trend here. We could even mark it off with this. This is its bigger trend that it's trying to get out of. So similar to what we were just looking at with BNB, I would say I need an aggressive move through 275 to consider this an actual reversal. If I go to that 4 hour mark, you can see here, it is trying to set a higher low in this current state. Look, it did get a bullish divergence set up. So when you see a bullish divergence get printed on the oscillator here with this blue line, that's an indication that this could be the start to a reversal. I need to see bullish price action, right? So if bullish price action forms where you get a high low here, maybe you can get something like this. And then I would enter off of this point right here. Okay, so we need to get a confirmed change of character and then show us that it wants to hold and rally. So breakout 275 was good. 280 is probably even better. But that high there, 285, is the biggest break that I would want to consider this an actual reversal. So that's something on the 4 hour I would watch for. It's bouncing off these highs, that's an A+ for me. There you go, A+ for me. Hopefully that's not a gang sign. I'm not affiliated. But it's an A+ for me over 285 for sure. Wait for that A+ setup and then you're Gucci, man. XRP we can go over tomorrow. You got to be here at the beginning of the stream so we can add it to the board and go over everything you guys want to go over. I do have to end up rolling out here, so real quick, I gotta start writing down the price of Bitcoin at the beginning of the stream. I gotta see here. What was the price we put? Mother trucker, dude. Why did I? It was. Where's Bitcoin right now? Let's see. Bitcoin's at 43. Yeah, it was 2 something. 2, right? 42. Yo, Bitcoin. Holla at me. You going up? No. Was it 2? Was it 2? Let's go back real quick. Sorry. Let's go back to that real fast. Yo, does anybody... Give me a sec. Oh, I can't go back on the stream far enough. Bruh. Yo, does anybody... Mother trucker. Hold on. Hold up. Bear with me. Yeah, boys gotta go look. I gotta verify this myself. Give me something. Yo, wait. We said 43, 240. whatever, right? Hold on, I gotta see this. Yeah, it was 43,250. Wow, that's insane. 237. Yeah. I need to write that down. Gosh, this is too new for me. All right. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy that it went lower. I thought it might go higher as well. And look at y'all with the. Hold on, check this out. Poor team. Poor team today. Poor team today. Gotta put this on here. Look at this. More. Whoa, Safa with the less. More. Yes. Okay. That doesn't count. You gotta say less. More, less. It will go higher. Right of screen. Sorry, Tom. It did go right of screen, but that doesn't count. More. Less. So if less is on this board, you are a winner. If less is on this board, you are a winner. So congratulations. Less are our winners. We got a winner with Safa at 100 to his name. At 100. Let me get hundreds in the chat. Mackin. I'm going to call you Mac, my friend. Mac TV with the less. Enzo with the less. Beginner Trader with the less. Mossar Boneless with the less. Boys back in town. T.Y. Malone with the less. All you guys get 100 points added to your profile. Congratulations. I will update the leaderboard come tomorrow. So great job if you predicted Bitcoin to be less than the price it was at the beginning of the stream. Great work, my friends. Great work. So I will add it to your profile tomorrow. You'll see the updated leaderboard. I need to put that actually on the end screen as well. Guys, one more time, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We go live every single day at 1 Eastern. We do giveaways every Friday, so long as we hit 100 likes per stream. So make sure you join the LuxAlgo live stream on YouTube. Hit the like button. Today we hit 120, so we're right on track to hit our goal through the end of the week. But make sure to tune in early if you want a chance to get into a separate giveaway we're going to do for our top 10 viewers each week. It will reset every week. You have a chance at the beginning of the stream to get 100 points added to your profile, to your points, if you predict what the price would be on Bitcoin from the beginning of the stream to the end of the stream, if it would be more or less than the starting price of Bitcoin at the beginning of the stream. Other than that, you can see how the rankings go tomorrow. We'll update the leaderboard. We'll talk about who's in the lead and who has a chance to potentially get in that top 10. But we'll do a separate giveaway for you guys on Friday for our top 10 viewers of the week. And yes, Dame said less yesterday. Poor guy. It was more. Today he said more and it was less. Oh, poor Dame, man. Man's been chatting the most out of all of you. If you do want more points, though, to your profile, you do can get a lot of points by watching. Man, let me get a swig of water. Hold on. By watching and liking and chatting, okay? So the minute Dame actually does get one right, though, you do have a chance, my friend, to get up there in the leaderboards with the giveaway. So it'll be a special giveaway for you guys. So stay tuned for that on Friday. But guys, thanks for being here. Once again, check the Twitter if you want constant analysis all day long. Almost every hour we post something new on Twitter. Keep you guys updated on what we're watching. Go to the free Discord, discord.gg/lux if you're in the Instagram chat. Free Discord. We're in there hanging out. Mickey does live streams on that Discord every single day, so stay tuned to see when those are posted. But other than that, guys, hope you have a good rest of your day. Let's see how we can do into tomorrow. ICP, yet again, is hurting me. Is hurting my heart that we got stopped out and it made that massive rally. But thanks for being here, guys. Mike, I'm watching you, my friend. We put you in timeout today. Hopefully we don't have to do that tomorrow. But you know I love you. I'm just playing around. It's a lot of fun. Guys, thanks for tuning in. And I will see you all tomorrow. Let's end us with the new song that we're putting in here. But yeah, hit the sub button. We'll see you on Friday with the giveaway if we hit 100 likes per stream. And I'll see you guys soon. All right. Peace out. I like Timeout Mike. Timeout Mike in the chat, baby. We're just messing with you, Mike. Don't worry. We love you.